Hello everyone, this is Plankera, and welcome to my universe. Today, I'm going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. It's kind of funny, because I bald jump-scared myself here today. I forgot that I had turned off those layers. Anyway, I was looking around, and I think my lower left turn here, with the side strand that I've been suffering through, is actually looking pretty okay today. I got a minor adjustment I want to make in the upper left, but I think it is okay. I have made it. I did it. And so hopefully the right side will go a little bit better. I am hopeful. It can't go much worse. That's about the way I see it. So anyway, what I noticed here in the upper left was just that the shadow here and the little highlight next to it were moving at kind of a weird angle, so I just wanted to shift them back this way. And hopefully that would line them up over here a little bit better. Not quite there, but it's getting there. It's okay. Such things often take me a couple of tries to get right. Especially when I'm working on such a small scale here. But, yes. So I have the little spot here I want to fix, and then I noticed something that I wanted to touch up on my right turn before I go back and digging into the upper right. But I'll talk about that once I get there, so I can actually show you what's going on, rather than just talking on all these weird hypotheticals. My brain is feeling a little bit less fried today. I was good, and did absolutely no Japanese study yesterday. Which, it made me a little sad, and it was hard, but I did it, and now my brain is indeed feeling a little bit better. So you can bet that I'm going to load it up with new words today. Gotta keep it busy. So hopefully one day is all I needed. I don't really like avoiding doing interesting things for multiple days just because my brain cannot anymore. Those things are always so sad. It's like, man, I've mentioned that I'm always very sad that I am mortal, because it means that I can't, learn and do all the things that sound interesting to me. It's even worse that my brain is made out of meat, and after a while it just gets tired, and still can't do things, and that's just a day that I can do nothing that I want to do. A day of my very limited days. It just leaves me, so sigh. This is another one of those things. I looked at this morning and I was like, oh, there's just a little thing right over there in that shadow. Shouldn't take long at all to fix, and then I dig into it and I'm just like, wait, I keep seeing all these other things that I need to fix too. Oh no! I swear, that's just how it always goes. But it's alright. I can go and fix all of these things. And I think such things are pretty normal. At least for me, when I start digging into a problem that I see, I really start scrutinizing it, and as I start correcting it, I just look at it harder and harder, and dig into what I really don't like about it. So I feel like it's kind of inevitable that I will notice even more things that I don't really like about it. Just because that's where my eyes are focused, and where my mind is focused. So sometimes I gotta be careful. I think I've mentioned a few times while I was digging into parts of this side bang here, that there are things that, you know, if I wanted to spend 10 years working on one model, I could absolutely do a little bit better. But I don't want to spend 10 years working on one model. I want to do some new ones. And even if I don't plan on doing any rigging projects until 0.9 of Inochi2D is released, I still got other things I want to make too. Alright, but now with this little strand fixed, it's easier for me to see what's wrong with the shadow here. And it is fortunately not too bad. I'm just trying to line up the angles a little bit better, so that this way it matches down here a little bit better. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let me make sure it lines up with the top. Yeah, I think so. Okay, now I can talk about that thing that I saw on my right turn. So, what I saw here is with this strand coming off here, it goes over, but it looks like it stops going over like right about here and just kind of stretches weirdly. So I just think I need to send this entire curve a little bit further to the right. Have it follow the direction of the rest of the hair and her head. For that, I'm going to want a very big brush. Probably this one. Someday I will learn the difference between these two, but I have noticed that the vertices move a little bit more consistently in this mode. Like, I use this one when I'm going to move all the vertices, and this one when I want something more closely resembling pressure sensitivity, where things closer to the center move more than things on the edge. But I am not actually sure if that is correct. It might just be placebo. There have been times in the past where I thought I was doing something, and it turns out that tool does not actually do what I thought it did. And I was doing something else entirely, but somehow it was still working out. Okay, so now I just gotta kind of straighten some things out here. I'm not sure if this is right. Well, that seems okay. And with everything moved over, I think I can do something about this kind of ugly edge here. And that makes me very happy. Because I've always thought that this looked kind of bad. But I was not sure how to fix it, but here we are. I'm finding a good excuse to fix it. Life is great. Oh wow, that looks so much better. Holy cow. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, and I think I can do something similar with this here, where I just want to move, like, just about everything. So I'm gonna get a really fucking huge brush, and... a little bit smaller. I just want to move everything here over to the right just a little bit. Just a touch. Man, looking at this now, I'm kind of surprised that I ever thought what I had before looked good. Let me go make sure that I'm plugging up all the holes in her hair, though. Because, yeah, with movements this big, I gotta make sure that there aren't random holes in her hair. Like, you know, there are right now. There's one here, one up there. I want to get this moving to the right just a little bit more here. Probably gonna have to move a bunch of other stuff, but, you know, this is why we're here. Going back and redoing some of these things. And before I test it, I'm gonna go fill in some holes. Man, I remember working so hard to get this area, like, just right, so I hope this doesn't mess up what I did before. I'm not in the business of correcting this area just yet. That's gonna come after I finish these side hairs. But... even so... okay. I was gonna say, even so, I don't want to break everything. That would just be a little bit sad. But okay, yeah, that seems pretty okay. I think it looks a lot better. Now I want to bring this over too. Just everything's got to go to the right, man. Everything. But yes. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy. I haven't gotten into the painful details yet, but I'm glad we're off to a good start. I'm still scared. Just because the past couple of days have not gone as well as I was hoping. Working at that area is just so difficult. So very difficult. But this looks nice. I'm very pleased. Okay, I'm gonna start correcting some stuff around her eyes. I'll go ahead and leave the hair on for now. Just because for this particular spot where everything covers her eyes, I think having this here and not just having the random bald spot will actually make things easier to understand. And once I get into the tips and whatnot, and I want to isolate the strand a little bit better, that'll be where I go turn off the hair again. Alright, I'm gonna have to fix that little loop. It got buried under everything when everything moved way far to the right. Okay, I approve. I don't even see that much sliding around her eyes. Just a little bit. I do think that I will fix that, though. It's not super noticeable, but again, it's around the eyes. And I don't like to mess around with the eyes. Gotta get all of that looking real nice. Okay, that's pretty good. And while I'm here, since I moved some things around, I think I want to make this just a little bit straighter right through here. There's a little lump right through there, and I'd like to get rid of it. Just a little one, though. Okay, yeah, that's better. Alright. And if that looks good, I will start working my way down on that highlight again. And I do think that looks good. Okay, actually, before I do the highlight, that little loop is going to bother me until I let it poke its little head out. That might be too big. Because here, I feel like at this angle, it's going to be slightly covered up. So I want it to be a bit smaller than it is on the main hair here. Yeah, a little bit more. Ah, maybe I did have it right before. Yeah, because I kind of like the idea of it just being a little bit more covered up. I think part of the problem, though, is just that it's not curling right through here. Okay, that's a nice little curl. Let's see if it's lined up properly. Yeah, I think so. I probably just broke everything over here. Oh my goodness, look at that. Everything is indeed broken. Okay. I'm not gonna think about it right now. I'll cry about it later. But it's okay. I'm glad I made the change. It looks good. I swear, I'm not coping about breaking everything. It does look better this way. It is for the best. Okay, I think I do want to get this before I start looking at this strand. I just happened to be looking over there and was like, yeah, I should fix that. Up here first. One thing at a time. Just staring at that highlight, seeing what I need to fix, but I think it actually looks pretty alright. I do need to adjust some stuff down here. Pull this on over. I don't mind leaving a little bit of a light spot there. I think that's okay. Makes it look like we're showing off a little bit more of the hair now. But is the highlight actually still in the right spot? Did I manage to move it completely correctly? Yeah, I think it still looks good, honestly. Nice. Okay, that's less work for me. No wonder I was noticing more stuff further down. It's like that does happen sometimes, but in this case, it's just... everything here looked fine. Let's go hide some hair. Yeah, looks good. I'll have a little bit of bald Shalom for a bit, just so I can make working on the strand as easy for me as possible. Okay. So I think next actually will be this little strand. I'm going to adjust some of the shadows around it first. But I like getting this strand and this strand before I dig into this one. At least when I have them all showing. I remember early on, when I was first starting to figure out where all the hair was going to live, I had all those strands turned off, and I just worked really hard on getting this right, and then I could adjust the strands on top of it. But now that everything is mostly right, I just like working top to bottom, I guess you could say. And since this lives underneath these, I just like getting the stuff on top. Alright, tiny strand, not doing that bad actually. Okay, now I'm gonna consult the mesh here. Yeah, it was mostly fine. It was just the very tip that had some issues. That's good. Okay, cool. I think that is good. Let's see if it looks good without the mesh on now. I think I want the tip of this to be just a bit straighter. Just a little bit like that. Yeah, I think that matches the feel of the original just a little bit better. Okay, yes, that is much better. Okay. Next step. Right through here. I am terrified. Okay. It's okay. I've done it, like, what? Many times now? It's like I have the 2 up here and then the 3 over here, and I like them all, so that's 5. And I had done it over here before. I mostly liked how it was. I just noticed today that I wanted it to be a little farther to the right. So, indeed, even on this angle, I've done it once, so I can do it again. It'll be fine. Even so, my brain is cringing. Just like, man, what are you getting me into? All I can say is, brain, I'm getting you into art. I don't actually think it's too bad, though. Just need to kinda clean up some stuff around here. Right now I'm just checking the angles on all my triangles and trying to get them relatively straight. Okay. And now I just want to adjust the cute little curl on the edge of this strand here. Make sure it is curling just right. I actually do think that this is an important part for building up the volume and fluffiness of the hair. So I want to make sure it goes swoosh. Has a nice swoosh to it. Some things can only be described in sound effects. Sometimes I wonder if that's why Japanese has so many sound effects. So I fully agree with the sentiment that sound effects are just so good at describing various phenomena. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I think we're good there. Okay, so now how is this little swooper? A little tip at the bottom there. Is there anything I need to do with you before I go back to the corners? Yes, there is quite a lot I need to do with you before I go back to the corners. All that movement, this guy has to come over a bit. Okay, I gotta bring the shadow over here too. Just gotta move everything on over to the right. I moved so much over to the right today. And I did feel like the upper right was a bit less scary, so after this, I'm gonna go back up there. Still feels weird to say it, because the upper right was always the worst angle. Anytime I was doing anything, I would dread going to the upper right, but here we are. I think, in this case, it's actually going to be one of the easier ones. Definitely easier than the lower right, so... the easier of the two corners that I have remaining. Almost certainly. I actually think it might be a little bit easier than some of the left turns. That lower left turn, man. It was so difficult. Alright, I think this is all shaken out pretty well. I see a little bit of sliding here, so I'm gonna go scooch those vertices upward. Still a little bit more. Yeah, it's still a little bit too low. So I'm still gonna scooch all these guys a little bit upward. I definitely don't want, like, this line here, this one in particular, to be too long. So I think that shows a lot of the dimension of the hair, so I want to make sure it is in the right place. And I can go all the way across and have it be fine. And this seems pretty fine. Over here still isn't quite right, though. I'm actually going to consult the mesh on some of this. Okay, mesh, you got any good ideas for me? Actually, kind of surprised to see just how much, or how close things are to being in the right place. I was seeing a lot more squirming than I feel like I should be. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I'm going too much up and down. Hello there, Edgy Kitty. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think I got this to be the right thickness now. So I think I can... can I move to my dreaded corners yet? Now, I want a little bit more beef at the bottom here. Aw, that's good. What happened today? Good job. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I do think I want to smooth out the tip here. Angle not quite right. It is sticking up a little bit too much in the back and not quite enough in the front. I'm pretty okay with taking my time here because it means that I won't have to work in the corners for a little longer. But it's okay, because this area will inform a lot of what happens in the corners too, so it's good to get right. I feel like there's some sliding on the tips there, so I am going to go consult the mesh again. Figure out where these things need to move. Okay, why are you sliding around so much? I don't actually know. Mesh is not telling me why everything is sliding around so much. Okay, but I think I'm at least finding a couple of places that are sliding just a little bit. I do wonder if that was what I was seeing, though. Well, apparently, because I don't really see it very much anymore, so sweet. Got it, I guess. Alright. Now just fixing the last couple of shapes in the shadows there. And then I should be able to move on. No more procrastinating on the corners. I say, as there's a couple of shapes that I still want to fix up. Yeah, that seems pretty okay. Is there anything else I want to touch up here? I don't know, I still feel like the girth is all significantly different is the best way I can describe it down there. Let me see. Like, I didn't see any obvious sliding or anything. So that tells me things are in the right place along the strand. I just need to make the top a little bit thinner, maybe. And then down here in the tip, maybe this one needs to come up just a little. Up the strand in this case, as opposed to, like, vertically. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that actually helped quite a bit. If anything, I think I can do that a little bit more. Along with some of the vertices alongside it. So like this guy. Just try to even these guys out a bit more. Looks like they got all bunched up at the end there. Just gonna keep doing that, even if the mesh didn't necessarily say that everything was wrong. I see it, so I'm gonna trust my eyes here and just slide everything up a little. Okay, seems good. Well, nope, still a spot right there. I want to get that nice and smooth. Smooth as silk. I do think that getting those curves right not only gives her hand more volume, or her hand, her hair more volume, but also makes it look smoother and softer. I want to make it seem soft to the touch, not like super pointy. I don't know, there's something about over here that I almost feel like needs to be a little bit flatter. Because, like, right here, like, there's a curve to it, but it's also kind of straight, whereas I just have raw curve here. So let me see if I can get away with just making a couple points on it a little bit flatter. Flat, but keeps the swoosh. The swoosh is just too important. Don't want to compromise the swoosh. You know, I swear every time that I say that the strand is about done, I find like another 2 or 3 things that I just want to touch up here, so maybe I should stop saying it. But yeah, this area in the curve just seemed a little bit off in a few places. It's doing much better now, but it took me a few tries to get it there. And I think it's still got a couple of spots that it just needs to curve just right here. Surprisingly difficult to find the right thickness through all these parts. It's what's making working on this strand one last time so much more time-consuming than a lot of the other parts, I think. But yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I'm actually happy now. For real this time. Okay. Upper right time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna start here. Because I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay. What am I looking at? So I guess first things first. The first thing I did today was I took this, got a really big brush, and moved everything over. So I guess I'll do that again. Oh, there. Getting a little bit too excited there, hand. It's like we want to move it over, and I do have a big brush because I want to move things over a lot. But there are limits. Gotta chill out. Okay, this seems like a reasonable starting point. And now I can just start shaping the area around her eyes and the back area there. Can make all of this look a little bit nicer and less stretched out now. That was a big plus of doing all this and definitely made it worth it. It looks so much nicer. And after doing all this, I'll turn on the hair over here one more time just to make sure that there aren't any gaps and holes that I need to fill in. But I won't actually try very hard to make it line up properly until it is time to work on that area proper. Okay, before I start adjusting that, make sure that this dark part is still lined up properly, and it is. Most excellent. Getting a little bit of stretching right there, but that is something I can fix fairly easily. I'll go ahead and do that while I'm over here. My brain is in this area mode, so I might as well go fix some things while I'm here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So next, the area by her eyes. Yeah, I definitely want to pull that a little bit more over her eyes. It'll go all the way down to that little strand, which I can tell is going to have to move a lot. There be shenanigans there. Welcome back. Oh, there. Once again, my hand getting a little bit overexcited. Oh no! Well, is your stomach feeling better? Okay, there we go. I think that covers the area around her eye. I do think I will grab this little loop right here, just because it'll be easy. Let them stick out a bit there. Yeah, and then I'll have to do a little bit to fix the curve, but that's fine. I can do that. Is it lined up vertically? I think so. Okay, no, I actually can't do that little loop yet. I gotta get the strand coming out here before I can get that. Because I could tell that it's underneath all that, and it was making it hard to tell where exactly all this should go. So I think I just gotta get this little guy looking good before I can get that little loop. Okay, how am I gonna fix this? Let's just consult the mesh. I think the mesh can tell me exactly how I need to fix this. And even with the mesh, it's still a little bit tricky. But I just gotta find which triangles are pointing in different directions. Which ones look like they're getting a little bit thicker or thinner. And just gradually push everything into place. Still see something right through here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I have it pointing a little bit further down. I wouldn't think that would make as big a difference as I thought I was seeing, but we'll see. Ah, I see. Okay, so what I was seeing wasn't the strand. Oh no, it's kind of the strand. Let's go ahead and hide this for a second, just so I can really focus in on the strand here. Oh yes, like I was saying, it looks like what I was seeing wasn't necessarily this little strand of hair here that I'm working on. It was the gap between the hair, you know, the big part swooping down that I just hid, and here, that I think I was seeing. Yeah, this seems alright. Let's go ahead and turn that back on. And it's looking like I need to make the strand just a tad longer in the middle here, because I also see that over here it's too long. So, I'll go ahead and do that. Grab a big old brush and stretch it out a little. Okay, seems fine. Maybe just a tad more along the tip. That was a little bit too much. Let's send it back up. Okay, this seems good. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Cool. So now I should be able to get that little loop that I had to hide, because now this strand and the hair next to it should all be fine. Alright. Let me see, where's the top of it here? Okay. Just double checking how I should be aligning this. I think if I just gently push this back like that. I'm gonna make sure it lines up with the top view first. Yeah, I need to kind of adjust the curve on it a little bit, but I think the top and bottom are in the right place. Yep, and the rest of this is just telling me, hey, make this curve nicer. And I'm gonna be like, okay, let's make the curve nicer. Okay, so just got a little bit more curve to adjust on the top here. Yeah, there we go. Maybe just a little bit more curve just right here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. Let it really be nice and round. Nice and round. Alright, I definitely should not be going down here because I have not fixed anything down there yet, and just looking at it makes me cringe. So I know I'm gonna have to fix all that soon. But not today. This is a problem for my future self. Because today, I am just doing the upper right. Okay. We're not gonna go look at the lower right. Let me go ahead and make sure that there's no holes and stuff. Yeah, a little bit of a hole right there. So I do need to pull things over up here too. Once I have this pulled over, I'm gonna go ahead and hide this entire area again. And I will revisit this later. Yeah, seems okay. That will be revisited later, but at least all the holes are covered. Alright, which tells me it is time to get into this little highlight. Unlike my right turret, I think that there are a couple of areas I want to fix on this. Oh, it looks very nice when it turns, though. Oh, that makes me happy to look at. All the more reason to look up here and completely ignore the lower right for today. We're just not even going to acknowledge its existence. Okay. Yeah, I think the top part's good. Now I'm getting into this pink part. He needs to be a little bit thicker. So that tells me I gotta bring these a little bit more over here, and the outer ones a little bit further away. That's how you make something thicker, but still keep it in relatively the same spot. You move both ends. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the strand just yet. Not quite sure how all of that's going to shake out. That's fine. Okay, I think I've got some mesh consulting to do. So I want to make sure that all of these vertices are spaced in a reasonable way. As you can see, these ones right here, they're going way up there. Look at them go. They don't need to go that high. They should be a little bit higher than they are on my right turn because her head is moving up, but they don't need to be quite that high. Her head is not moving up that much. Okay, before... Oh, yeah, right here, still no good. I was gonna say I was gonna start getting into the strand, but up here, still no good. Let's see, how should that be? Let's really think about this. It needs to go to the right, that much is quite clear to me. I think that's about it though, so I think if I just move it a little bit to the right, all should be well. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's looking pretty good. So I think I got up here. And now onto this, like, little line right there. Just gotta take it slowly, step by step. Really, really slowly. Does drive me a little crazy sometimes. That's alright, it's getting there. And overall, I do think that taking it slow and steady like this will get me to where I want to be faster than I would otherwise. Because otherwise I'd be doing a lot more flailing, as opposed to just methodically going through every little piece and paying attention to every little detail. And it is paying off. It is getting there. I think it's starting to look pretty good. Just takes a little while to get there. Okay. And now I'm starting to get close to the strand, so I'm gonna go pay attention to the base here. And that's gonna be this side here, where the white part kind of makes this pink part. And this line. And I think to get some of that, I am going to have to just fix some of the shadows here, because they are just squirming so hard. I cannot focus on anything else. I just see it and it's like, gotta do it. Gotta fix it. I gotta. So yes, it's going to drive me mad if I don't do it now, so here we are. Gotta do some of this now. Doesn't have to be perfect just yet. I just kind of want to start getting it into the right place and get it to stop squirming enough that I can focus on other things that are a little bit more relevant at the moment. Like those areas I just pointed out, the pink part and the line. I want to get this strand before I go super hard on all of this. But I just can't even get started with it squirming this much. Alright, I'm also gonna go trust the mesh. In mesh we trust. And help it give me some ideas on where some of the sliding is coming from. Okay. Yeah, I think this should help a bit. I'm ending up getting a lot more of this right than I thought I would, but... well, you know, it is what it is. I need to get both areas right, and these areas are at least somewhat independent of each other, so it's fine. I'm mostly focused on the shadow rather than stuff over there, so... it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, it's starting to all look a little bit better. Still just kind of staring at the mesh mostly. I'm being less concerned with what I see with the texture for the moment. And just focus on getting all of the little vertices into decent spots. And once the mesh stops squirming all over the place for me, that tends to be when I go in and really actually look at what I see and fix it that way. But I find this useful for getting started or for when there's something small that I'm just having trouble seeing. Okay. Let's see how this is doing. Yeah, doing much better. Like, there's still a lot that's not right, but it is no longer driving me crazy, which is a big plus. It really is. Okay, so now I can start on this, like I was initially planning to. So let's see, how do I want to do this? I kind of want to look at the angle between that and that shadow, so I'm actually going to go poke the shadow just a bit more here. Just a bit. Try to get this shaped the way that I want it to be shaped. Yeah, seems okay. I'm not sure if it's quite right, but now with this squirming as it is, I can't really look very closely. So now I gotta fix that, but that's okay, because that was the area I was intending to do next anyway, and I just got distracted by something else, so... here we are. Can actually do what I was planning on doing now. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, definitely gonna have to consult the mesh for this one. There's a lot of tender little movements that need to be done here, and I want to make sure I get the right ones. Lots of sliding. Okay, this should be doing a little bit better. Got the mesh mostly not freaking out. So now I can probably just use my eyes to figure out the last bits. Although, honestly, it doesn't look too bad, even like this. Nice. Let's see, is the top of that lined up? Let's take a look here. Oh, I actually think that the tips on this side are a little bit too high. I should fix that while I'm here. I think it'll be an easy fix though, but you never know with this area. Yeah, this seems alright. I want to raise the tips just a little bit on this corner. Just like this. And push a little bit of that up too. There we go. Gentle, gentle pushes. Okay, cool. I think that's doing much better. So let's see. Really want to stare at this strand here. I do feel like I need to adjust the shape in a couple of small ways here. But no, it's actually doing pretty okay. Yeah, I guess I just really needed to stare at that mesh. And the mesh just had all the answers this time. It does sometimes. I'd say most of the time it has maybe half the answers, but this time it had quite a lot of them, which is very nice. Thank you, Mesh. You did such a great job today. Okay, I think the tip of this still needs to be just a tad lower, but everything else looks fantastic. Oh man, that was actually super easy. Going in on those tips is normally so hard. But this time it just all worked out. It's wonderful. Okay, there is one vertex that I think needs to move up just a tad, just like right here. Just right there, yeah, that's good. And then maybe I want kind of where the strand overlaps the main chunk of the hair here to be just a little bit thicker, right through here. Just a little bit. Yeah. That'll look good once I actually fix the area underneath it. But yeah, I think everything's lined up. Check the diagonal real quick, but yeah, that seems good. Okay. Yeah, that actually went pretty well. So let's see if I can finish up this bottom part today. I already did, like, a third of it when I fixed up a lot of these shadows, so... Alright, let's perfect that now. Always like to do these little shadows first. But now I can get them just right. Exactly as I want them. No longer is it just doing the bare minimum to get them to stop squirming in my peripheral vision. Now I can get them just right. Okay, I actually feel like this line is going up a little bit too high. We'll go ahead and pull this out just a little bit here. But otherwise, I think this whole area is doing fantastic, and it is cooperating with me. Which feels great, because this area has not been cooperating with me the past couple of days. So, I'm glad to see everything just working out here. I can tell that it actually wants me to get everything in good places, and I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so I'm trying to focus on getting the shape underneath here right now. I can see that I'm curving it a bit too much. It needs to be fairly straight. So I just need to bring this out just a tad more. Get that, yeah, a little bit straighter. But still keep the nice foosh. The foosh is very important. And I think I still might need to adjust that line just a little bit. And it should be easier to do so once I have the area that it's sitting on exactly as I want it. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's looking really good now. So now I can kind of perfect things right through here. When it comes to moving two areas together like this, I kind of feel like there has to be a bit of push and pull from both sides. Or you get one looking pretty good, you know, as good as you can manage, then you fix up some of the areas around it, and then you look at it again and be like, that is not quite right. And you can actually go in and get it just right. But because everything moves relative to everything else, well, it's kind of hard to know exactly how things should move until everything around it is moving really well at the same time. Okay, but I think I can go into the tips now. Pink part here is still just a little bit off. Hence my deep I wasn't quite sure. I had to look at it for a second, but it is just a tad off here. And a couple of parts need to be a little bit higher. Yeah, that's better. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's finish up that strand and get comfortable. Because my foot was falling asleep again. Okay. I actually think it's looking pretty good. I think once again, I just want the bottom to be a little bit thicker and the top to be a little bit thinner. But that's not too bad to do. So let's go. So we get this a little bit thicker. Pull this down just a little bit so I can make that shadow a little bit thicker. And then at the same time, I'm going to make the top just a little bit thinner. Okay, let's see how that does. I see a little lump there, so I definitely will have to fix some things, but I want to see how the bottom is doing. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that's moving really well. Wow. Okay. So yeah, I'll just thin out the top a little bit more. And I think that'll be an upper right angle done. Oh, I'm so happy I was able to finish an angle and make some really good adjustments to another one. Feels good. Especially with how much I was having to fight all of this in the lower left the past couple of days. Probably gonna have to have a fight tomorrow with the lower right, but that's okay. That'll be for tomorrow. The me of today can just be like, ah, yes, I did the thing. Heck yeah. And I can be happy. Satisfied. Maybe get some more art or writing done. I don't know. Whatever I feel like doing today. We shall see. Okay, once again, I feel like a lot of vertices got slid down somehow. So I'll go ahead and slide them up. Okay, still a little bit more meat down here. Still a little bit thin in that shadow area. So I'll go ahead and pull some of these guys down just a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And then finally, I just want to adjust the angle right here. It is not quite right. I'm not quite sure what I have to do to fix it, though. I thought there was going to be, like, one vertex I needed to pull on up there, but this is not the case. Unfortunately. So I'm going to have to dig around. Figure something out. It's alright, I can do that. I don't mind trying things. All of this has just been so much trying things. What's a little bit more? Okay, a little bit of compression right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and consult the mesh and see if that kind of helps with this last problem that I'm having. Okay, let's see how this looks. Looks a bit wavy down there. I imagine I'm gonna have to fix some stuff at the bottom, but how about up there, where I was looking? Yeah, that seems pretty good. So let's go fix right there then. That actually doesn't look too bad. I thought it would look worse. I guess it's just a little bit wavy down there. That's fine. I won't worry about it too much then, but I will try to fix up these last couple of spots. Alright, I like this. I think this looks good. So, I am satisfied for today. And I think this is where I will stop for today. So, thank you all for coming, and I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I'll see you all tomorrow.